Step 5 in the SCOM ServiceNow connector wizard is to set the SCOM ServiceNow property mappings. When you run the SCOM ServiceNow connector wizard for the first time, a number of properties are already set by default. For example, the short description field in ServiceNow is mapped to the name field in SCOM. Notice the curly braces around the name property from SCOM. The curly braces indicate that the name property is dynamic, so whatever text is in the name property of SCOM will be set to the short description property in ServiceNow. Let's create a new mapping. Suppose that we are interested in mapping the SCOM alert context to the work notes field in ServiceNow. First, we would click the Add button and then select the work notes from the ServiceNow properties drop-down list. Then, under the ServiceNow property list, we can click the Add button, and a new field appears in which we can enter the SCOM property. We're going to use a dynamic SCOM property, so we uncheck the static checkbox. From the drop-down that appears, we'll select Context. Now notice that Context appears in the compiled property field. The curly braces around context indicate that whatever value the context property has in SCOM will be used to populate the work notes property in ServiceNow. If needed, you can also add a static property mapping. Click the Add button to create a new property mapping and choose a ServiceNow property that you want to populate from the drop-down list. Let's choose the Comments property. Now click the Add button under the ServiceNow property drop-down list and leave the static checkbox checked and enter a text. For example, incident created by OpsLogix connector in the static property field. You'll notice that now there are no curly braces around the incident created by OpsLogix connector text in the compiled properties field. Static properties are also used for properties in ServiceNow that are referenced by unique identifiers. For example, if we want to set an able tutor as caller on the caller field in ServiceNow, we would need to find the unique identifier for able tutor. The way we find the unique identifier is by selecting Show XML from the incident menu in ServiceNow. Then, in the XML view, we look for the caller ID tag and copy the unique identifier. So let's create a new property mapping. We'll click Add to create a new property and select caller ID from the ServiceNow property drop-down list. Now click the Add button under the ServiceNow property drop-down list and paste the copied unique identifier in the static property field. Now every time an incident is created through the connector, able tutor will be set as the caller of the incident. You can concatenate multiple SCOM properties and static properties into one mapping. For example, if you'd like to add a prefix to every description mapping, just click the description mapping and click the Add button to add a static property to contain the prefix. Drag the static property to the top and enter the prefix for the description. In this example, we'll use SCOM as the prefix. In the compiled property field, you'll notice that it reads SCOM and then in curly braces description. So in front of every description in ServiceNow, the text SCOM is inserted. Now click Next to continue the wizard.